The scheduled October 30th matchup, the showdown of heavyweights, Dillian Whyte, the body snatcher, against Otto Wallin, would not take place due to Whyte suffering an injury. Let's talk about the cancellation of this horror story. In another bizarre series of events that have seen fights be canceled this year, 2021, the proposed Halloween Eve showdown between Dillian Whyte and Otto Wallin has been canceled due to Whyte suffering a shoulder injury, according to various news outlets and reports. This is the umpteenth fight this year that has been canceled either due to C-19, injuries, or whether or not ticket sales were not what they're supposed to be. This was a highly anticipated bout between these two men. According to Boxing News 24, even Ed Hearn, the promoter from Matchroom, overseeing this bout, he hasn't verified Dillian Whyte's injury yet, or that the battle is being put off at this time. However, Dimitri Salita, who is Otto Wallin's promoter, still wants the fight to continue and wants it to be rescheduled once Whyte's injury heals. But it's really unknown if that will happen or not. This is the thing, people. Although this was not necessarily a marquee matchup, it was a key matchup for Dillian Whyte, because up until now, he's been fighting a series of fighters that are not necessarily high profile. And based on his performance against Tyson Fury and recently Dominique Breazeale, Otto Wallin's name has been thrown into the arena as a most viable candidate for a highly considered opponent for any heavyweight out there. Dillian Whyte, who after his last performance against Alexander Povetkin has stated to both Ed Hearn as well as the media, he wanted a soft touch going into his next fight. Well, guess what? Otto Wallin is not a soft touch. He is definitely contender material. Just ask Breazeale, just ask Tyson Fury. So, this is the thing. Being the WBC interim champion, meaning that if anything goes wrong with the current heavyweight champion, which is Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte will be in the driver's seat to fight for that championship title and have the first dibs on becoming champion with that belt. Was the Otto Wallin fight a little bit too much of a challenge for Dillian Whyte at this time, who really doesn't want to risk anything trying to go into an opportunity to become a world champion? The question begs an answer. As the article states about Dillian Whyte, most fans don't believe that this is legitimate, and what is unclear is if this means he can walk away from the fight knowing his position of being interim champ. Wallin, who is 22-1 with 14 KOs. He is the younger man at 30, and Whyte is 33. Whyte, who has 28 wins, 2 losses, and he has 19 KOs, has been trudging around the top of the division in the WBC looking for a title shot for the past few years, but he has yet to face a top contender for that position. Even Wallin chose to fight Dominic Brazil, which was on the table for Dillian Whyte, and he denied that opportunity. This is a situation that would see the 6'6" Wallin give Whyte everything he can handle simply because he's the younger man. And Whyte has been fighting a host of 40-year-olds and late bloomers. This begs the question, is Dillian Whyte just there to hold a place? In other words, a placeholder in the division for matchroom boxing. It's beginning to look like this more and more. It is being said that Whyte, because he's now injured, can theoretically walk away from the Wallin fight and face Fury straight away once his shoulder heals. But is Tyson Fury interested in facing Dillian Whyte? Rumors abound that Whyte got the better of Fury in sparring, even dropping him a couple of times when they've met in the gym training. I don't know, I don't have any sound proof or evidence of this. Only the rumors have circulated about this. But this is the thing. With so much uncertainty at the top of the division, where you have fighters who are trying to jockey for position, how to stay safe, how to keep their record, how to keep losses off of their records, you can now understand the difference in the approach that Deontay Wilder had when he was reigning and had the championship belt in his grasp. Wilder always sought out the quality competition, and it ended up turning out that the 2 best fighters that he faced will be legacy-defining fights for him. Both the fights with Luis King Kong Ortiz and the fights, the trilogy now completed with he and Tyson Fury. He will find himself in the Hall of Fame eventually. But for guys like Dillian Whyte, he's going to end up slipping on the proverbial banana peel because he's not looking to do it the correct way. He may stumble into a title one day, but that doesn't mean that he has earned his stripes. Meanwhile, Wallin, off of his near victory over Tyson Fury and having given Fury such a highly competitive match, seems to be the man that can sneak in and get something done and play the upset in all of this, whether it's against Dillian Whyte or if it's against one of the other contenders. I'm willing to believe that Wallin has something in store for a lot of these fighters because they are not looking to challenge themselves to the full capacity of their abilities. Now, what if Dillian Whyte isn't really injured. Is he trying to buy time? Even Anthony Joshua's camp was not interested in facing him in a rematch. And by the way, it seems that right now, Joshua has problems and issues with trying to win his titles back from Alexander Usyk. That is not a given. We hear word now that Joshua is in America interviewing coaches because he's trying to make an upgrade in his camp as far as tutelage. Will he be successful? Who knows? There may be coaches who don't want to work with Joshua, simply based on what they've been able to see from the outside looking in. The smarter ones will be advised to stay clear of him. The ones who may be looking to cash in may opt to offer their services. But what about Dillian Whyte, another fighter from the UK that has not come to the USA to better his career or the quality of his training? We've seen Whyte go up and down in weight. We've seen him go up and down on the canvas. But is he any better today than he was when he burst on the scene fighting Anthony Joshua for the first time? Personally, I think he is, but I don't think the desire to really compete against a high level is there for him. He's looking just to score a title. With that being said, I think that Wallin has the best shot. What do you think? Leave comments and let's discuss. This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the LDBC, Lions Den Boxing Community, and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you think about this. I think that Wallin is going to be a dangerous opponent for anyone that's in the top of the division at this time, and I hope he gets a shot again. Until the next time we meet, peace to everyone out there, and everyone, please remain safe.